Oregon doesn't stay in Oregon. This battle is happening here in Eugene, Oregon. Eugene, Oregon is the college town that is an hour south of here, maybe a little more than an hour south of here, between us and the California border. And kind of, east, south, central Oregon, whatever. And it's a pretty progressive town. In fact, being a college town, I mean, that's not unusual. And in fact, the city passed an ordinance saying that new houses cannot be built with gas appliances, and that you have to go electric, basically. And this is to try to slow down global warming, but it's also to save the lives of people who live in Eugene, because when you, cooking. Heating your house with gas is not quite so problematic. The poisonous fumes and the carbon dioxide go out into the atmosphere through the chimney, so they just poison the planet. But cooking with gas, a gas stove, produces little teeny tiny particles. They're called less than 2 micron particles, smaller than 2. And these particles are invisible, but they get into your lungs. They're in the air, and because they're so small, they float around in the air for hours. And you inhale them, and they go deep, deep inside your lungs, and then they can penetrate the lungs because the particles are so small and get in your bloodstream, and they can clog up your brain and your heart. They cause heart disease. They can cause little microstrokes. They can do all kinds of damage. Not to mention the fact that they are hydrocarbons, which can cause cancers. So Eugene, Oregon said no more gas stoves, which of course, produces hysteria over on Fox News. Oh my God, they want to take away my gas stove. So anyway, last month, this is from a piece in the Washington Post this weekend, and the gas industry has decided to declare war on Eugene, Oregon. Quoting from the Washington Post, a piece by Anna Phillips. Last month, Sue Forrester, the American Gas Association's vice president for advocacy, told a meeting of gas utilities, contractors, and labor unions that gas advocates expect to spend $4 million on the Eugene campaign. Now, this is a town with just, fewer than 200,000 people in it. It's a small town. They're going to spend $4 million. Scientists and environmentalists say they are not just a climate concern, but also a health threat. Gas stoves cause air pollution that contributes to asthma and account for about 11% of the nation's carbon pollution. But the gas industry isn't going to let this movement go unchallenged, they say. Lobbyists and industry allies have persuaded 20 states now to pass legislation preempting local gas restrictions, and they're hoping to undo existing bans. Eugene is a town of 175,000 people. It's home to the University of Oregon. But Northwest Natural has funded this referendum campaign to overturn the law, which means for the first time in the United States, voters will weigh in directly on the future of gas in new homes. Northwest Natural has already spent more than $900,000 in cash and in-kind benefits to overturn the gas ban, and that's only the start. On Monday, a federal appeals court struck down the city of Berkeley's first-in-the-nation gas ban, dealing a potential setback to that California city and 25 others with ordinances, which presumably would include Eugene, Oregon. Berkeley kickstarted this movement back 4 years ago in 2019. Dozens of cities and counties in California, Washington, and Massachusetts have effectively banned gas in most new buildings. Big cities like Seattle, San Francisco, and D.C. have joined the push. And in 2021, New York became the largest municipality in the world to bar new buildings from using gas. So keep your eyes on this. Northwest Natural, this for-profit gas utility that supplies gas to Eugene, Oregon, $4 million they're going to pour into this campaign. This is nothing small.